Kristen Davis, and she's going to tell us about the Beyond the Basics lecture series where you can eat steak and not cake. It's coming up at Redeemer Church in Jacksonville, Florida. It'll be live streamed and you can attend in person. So Kristen, what inspired you guys to create this lecture series?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. A few friends of mine, we were all looking for some sort of ministry opportunity with COVID. Everything has kind of died down. And so we were looking for a way to share the things that we've learned in seminary. A few of us are SES grads, and then we also have someone else, another friend of mine who's a Gordon Conwell grad. And so a lot of times we get questions about how can I know that the Bible's true? How can I trust what I'm reading? And so we decided to put together this lecture series where we can help answer some of those questions so that people can know that they can trust the scriptures and have confidence that Christianity really is true. So the very first one that we're going to talk about is my talk this weekend that is on truth and the existence of God. So we're going to talk about what is apologetics, what does Christianity have to do with truth, or does it, or is blind faith a preference? And then of course you have to know whether or not there is a God before the relevance of the Bible becomes, of any importance whatsoever. If there's no God, who cares about the Bible? And so I'm going to introduce the series with that kind of talk this weekend. And then a month from now, Kathryn Camp, who's an SES grad, is on March 27th. She's going to be talking about is the history of the Bible trustworthy? So she's going to dive into a little bit of archaeology and other fun facts to help us have confidence in the history of the scriptures. Then the following month, so this is a once-a-month series with about 3 weeks in between. On March 24th, Kate Hendrickson, who is a Gordon Conwell grad, is going to be talking about, am I able to read the Bible right? So trying to understand what are the proper methods and practices in order to understand what the scriptures are actually saying rather than reading into the scriptures what we personally think or believe. And then the last part of this particular series is on May 22nd, and that's going to be Tricia Scribner, who's also an SES grad, and she's going to be talking about how do I know that the Bible I have is the same as the original. So a lot of times people think, well, there are so many different versions of the Bible, ESV, King James Version, it's been 2,000 years, the canon was closed. No, that what I have now is the same thing that was there originally. And so she's going to answer some of those questions for us as well.
So who do you think would benefit most from attending the series, and how will they be able to apply the stuff when they get home?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So I think anybody who has any interest in Christianity or any basic knowledge is perfectly fine. Obviously, this is going to be a little bit lower level for those who've been to seminary because we're trying to fill that theological gap. People who have questions, who haven't necessarily had official education in this area. So anybody from a church, anybody inquiring. So even if you're not a Christian, you're more than welcome to come. Because what we're dealing with here is questions of how do we as Christians have conversations with people who do not necessarily believe. So you're more than welcome even if you don't believe. But one thing that I really like about the series is that we don't want to just throw a bunch of information at you for an hour and a half and then send you home drowning in information. And so we've created an online platform where we're going to give you recommended resources so that you can continue to study this on your own. And then also for the 3 weeks in between each of the talks, we're going to have discussion boards and live interaction with your speakers for that given topic each week. If you decide to participate in this reading program and the interaction program, so that you can practice thinking about the ideas that you're reading in the book or thinking about the ideas that we talked about and trying to verbalize them to someone else. Because I know that when I started was the scariest thing. How do I know that what I'm saying I actually read right, or am I communicating well, and what's going to happen when somebody responds back to me? And so we're going to give you this forum, an online platform where you can come and interact with us and get that feedback in a safe place so that you can start practicing and strengthening these apologetic muscles.
That is amazing. So these aren't just lectures. This is training. You're giving people training in terms of how to reach people in their daily lives, whether it be their coworkers or their family, or even to strengthen their own faith if they're going through tough times then.
Yes, that's our goal.
Dude, awesome. All right. So again, what are those details again in terms of how they can register and when will be and all that?
Yes, so you can go to www.eatsteaknotcake.com and you can register on there. And the dates are once a month for the next 4 months, February 27th, March 27th, April 24th, and May 22nd.
Very cool. All right, go and register now. I know I'll be there. So hope to see you guys there. Thanks so much, Kristen.
Thank you.